and crumpled a brand new banknote into a ball. He then placed it into the teacup in front of him. Next, he gently pressed it down with his finger. After some time, the banknote was fully soaked in water. Only then did he satisfactorily retrieve the banknote. This transformed the brand new banknote into an old one. He then used the same method to throw all the banknotes he had into a nearby bucket of water. Finally, he used a hairdryer to dry them one by one, because these were counterfeit bills they had just produced. If they looked too new, they would easily arouse suspicion. To test whether they could be used normally, Jack and his partner went to a supermarket pretending to buy some items. However, an unexpected situation occurred. When the store owner took the money, he looked serious. He examined the cash in his hand, then turned to look at Tom. At this point, Tom realized something was wrong. Just as he was about to run, the store owner grabbed his wrist. Seeing the situation was bad, Jack quickly pulled him out, but the store owner did not intend to let them go. In the end, the two hid in an alley, narrowly escaping the crisis. They didn't expect their carefully made counterfeit money to be easily detected, but soon, they found a solution. It turned out that in 2016, India comprehensively upgraded its currency. The genuine currency used color-shifting ink, which changes color slightly under different angles and lighting. Additionally, it had unique security threads, which are key features for currency verification machines. Whether it's the 500 or 1000 rupee notes, they all used special cotton pulp paper. This material feels completely different from other types of paper. That's why real banknotes produce a crisp sound. Although making counterfeit money seemed difficult, the two did not give up. Soon, they began planning their operation. The first step was to create a template, because banknotes have very fine war patterns. Even the world's most advanced scanners cannot perfectly replicate them. The only way is to manually replicate them. But for Jack, who specializes in replicating famous paintings, this was his forte. First, he completed a draft by hand. After scaling down the drawing proportionally, they could create a printing plate. The second step was to find identical paper. To find paper similar to real banknotes, the two searched bookstores and second-hand bookstalls daily. They even spent money to order various types of paper with impurities. Eventually, they found a material with a similar feel. The third step was color-shifting ink. Tom had been learning printing in a factory since he was 3 years old. With 30 years of rich printing experience, he tried mixing over 100 types of pigments. Finally, he found a suitable metallic paint and successfully blended in nearly perfect color-shifting ink. However, the security thread on banknotes was impossible to replicate, but they were fortunate to discover that the security thread on the 10 rupee note was the same as that on higher denominations. In other words, they only needed to remove the security thread from the 10 rupee notes and transfer it to the counterfeit bills. Finally, to make the banknotes crisp, Tom mixed water and varnish to create a solution. He evenly applied it to the surface of the paper, achieving the same feel as real banknotes. After completion, Jack placed a stack of banknotes into the currency verification machine. With the sound of successful verification, they managed to deceive the machine. Even the currency verification machine couldn't detect the counterfeit, making it even less likely for people to notice. So the two confidently went to the store again, hoping this time they could successfully purchase items.